Hey guys, MoneyMan300 got another episode of Behind the Sticks. What was I thinking? And this time we are on LeMans Bugatti, and I believe this is A class, and I'm racing the Alfa 33 Stradale. I think I've used this in one other race. Anyway, this is actually take two of this because I recorded this, I did it in replay, went over all the commentary, and had forgotten to turn my mic on, which seems to be pretty common lately. But anyway, so we're gonna have another go at this, go around. This is a replay of the race, so you're not, one of the things you miss on there are some of the brake lines and the HUD and that stuff. But I think that's okay. I use replay in case I ever want to stop it somewhere and maybe show somebody else's point of view. In this case, I did not do that. So here we are at the beginning of the race, and one of the things you notice there in the left-hand corner is there is a van up there. So I want to avoid that guy. And then you'll see a little. It looks like the guy in front of me isn't going to go, so I almost swerve out and hit the wall right off the bat. But I think it's getting ready to start here. So yep, there we go. Look at that! Whoa! And I'm always conscious of. And there's a guy that didn't start. You always got to be conscious of guys that don't start off the line and be ready for it. So coming up here, and I did get past that van right away, which is a good thing. So now I'm just waiting for all the carnage to ensue in the first turn, because you know that's coming. And I'm just going to kind of play it safe through here. Your tires are not warm yet. You always want to play it safe in the beginning. A car isn't going to handle all that well in the first lap, and I think that's a big cause of a lot of accidents. It's not going to brake as well. It's not going to do anything as well. So and that's not me actually looking around in the race. That's me doing that in the replay. So I'm just showing the car. And I'm, again, just kind of hanging out here. As you see there, getting a little loose. Tires aren't warmed up, but just kind of taking it easy here. And I notice these two guys up in front of me, they're going at it pretty good, getting pretty rough here. And I'm thinking about getting on the outside, and then I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let's just let them hammer it out for a while. I don't need to get involved. Now you see him off the track. Now I know this guy's coming back on, so I just hit the brakes. Kind of let him fly by. I really don't want to take myself completely out of the race at this time. They're really slowing me up. And obviously that wasn't a very good turn, but they're really slowing me up. I want to get behind, but at the same time, I don't want to get taken out in the process. So I'm assuming at some point they're just going to end up taking each other out. Nope, there goes one, and oh, ends up taking himself out also. So now I'm thinking, get to the inside and get out of their way. And that should be it. Nah, look behind me. Yeah, and guess what? I could hear him back there when I was actually racing, and I actually looked back just like that. It's like I got a little Ford GT on me there, and still loose with the tires. So I'm just trying to pull away from this guy. I had no idea where he came from. I think when I got slowed up behind him, allowed him to kind of get up in there. So I'm pretty sure if I make some good turns here, I'm going to get away from him. This car has some pretty ridiculous acceleration, and it's a good kind of tweener track here. You can do pretty well with some speed cars, acceleration cars, handling. You do want some pretty good speed and acceleration though. So and now I'm starting to put some distance between me and him and see if I can go chase down that first place guy. By this time, and you can't see it in the race, this guy has really gotten away from me. So this is one of those combinations of a good driver and a good car that started up front. So I got a lot of ground to make up, but I'm thinking, I got a pretty good car for this track, although this is the first time I've driven this car on this track. But I'm thinking if I could put together a couple of, a couple good laps here that, maybe I can catch him. I think if you look up there, I'm looking at this in a little bit smaller box than you guys might be, as I'm doing commentary in my video editing software right now since I missed it in the game. But you may be able to see him up there on the flip side of that turn. Nah, I didn't see him anywhere there, so maybe you can notice him, but obviously he's got a pretty good lead on me at this point, so I'm just trying to put together some good turns, and that was highly mediocre. So I just pretty much drove the middle of that turn the whole way. Doesn't really do me any good, doesn't make up a whole lot of time, probably loses me. Let me get off the grass. This car, I don't know, those of you that have driven this car loves the grass. Like if you touch a blade of it, it just sucks you in. It's kind of weird. I don't know what it is about this car that does that. There's a few that do that. But anyway, at this point, I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm basically all by myself right now. There is nobody in front of me. There's nobody behind me. And you can't see it here, but I am catching the guy in front of me, but he had almost a half a lap when I started by the time I got, past those other guys. So, whoops, bumped a little something there, caught myself sideways, and I'm catching him just a little bit, but I just have so much ground to make up, and I have 2 laps left to go, and they're just you know, I don't want to ruin it for you, but I'm not going to catch this guy because it's just too much ground, and he's a good driver, and I don't really remember what car he was driving. So I'm just trying to kind of work my way nicely through the track here. We'll see if this is the last lap or not. If not, I won't talk all the way through the last lap. I think this is, though, potentially the last lap. So we'll watch this through here. Making okay turns. I'm really just trying to drive clean at this point. I'm not trying to do anything spectacular. Just kind of, you know, hold my position here. Pretty good turn there. Really used most of the track on that one. Not quite all of it. Could have really been a little bit quicker out of that turn. And then coming into the what should be a double apex, and I missed the first apex. Get the second one though, pretty good, and then run it out a little wide. Gotta hit that first apex though. That's a good double apex turn. You could come in way wide on that one and just hit that second one, but you don't want to be in between there because you're going slow and losing track. So, and then I just run right through that one for no reason. Get back to the inside okay on that one though. That's a little bit okay with this car sometimes because of the really good acceleration that you get out of the turns here. And then into that kind of, I don't even know what to call that turn. These two turns are both really similar. They're kind of just long, slight bending turns. You just want to stick to the inside. Another double apexer here that I don't double apex. Yeah, matter of fact, I really didn't catch either turn strip, so nothing particularly good about that one at all. So coming in here, see where we're at. Yep. Now we got one more lap. So they don't have the lap counter on here, so I couldn't remember. I know this is a 4-lap race, and this is this lap, and now I'm really driving just kind of in the middle of the track here. And drifting through that turn, that S turn. So I'm just going to kind of let it go here. I'll make a comment if I see something that's specific that, not to any one turn, but otherwise we're just kind of driving out here by ourselves. All the action really happened in that first race, and that's why I did this, because I thought, you know, it was good enough in the beginning to really talk about what I thought, but nothing too exciting in the end of this race here. Just kind of showing some different views. I think probably go into like in-car view here somewhere on the way. Get a good view of the. There we go. And look at that. What can I pick a worse time to do that? Let's just do that right into the sun. But just to get a little different view of the car here. See what it looks like. It's a cool looking car. I really like this car. It sounds cool. Get pretty good visibility with this car too. There's not a lot in your way, so you can really see from the in-car angle of this car, the in-car view on this one. So that's pretty cool. Finish out these last couple of turns right here. That one there. And finish out in our double apex. Did I miss the first apex on again? That hit the second one though. And we'll come down the straightaway. So that was it there. Pretty good race altogether. Finished second. Really couldn't catch the guy in front. He was his fastest lap time was a second faster than my fastest. So, you know, pretty good driver out there. But overall, pretty good race. And going to end it with this one, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Later.